the 12th, of course. And I'm here. I'm about to get ready and go run some errands. Had a very productive day and hope you guys have had one as well. So, really quickly, you guys, and of course, I titled the video Magically Delicious. Um, I don't know why, but whatever. So, very quickly, um, when it comes to like consultation and readings, because I'm getting people emailing me to ask me what's the difference between a consultation and a reading. And of course, people will say, well, maybe in a reading session, I can talk and give the background. I purposely separated consultations from readings because, of course, I know a lot of people, I think that's human nature. Like, we want to give a background of like what we're doing in our reading. Like, we want to give a background of, hey, this is what maybe we want to do this reading today, blah, 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 blah. Um, so that's what the consultation is for. Because the reading, of course, if we book it for an hour, I do give myself like a 15-minute over, I'm going to say overrun, overflow, because you never know, things can happen. But yes, um, in that hour, I would love for you to just get into the reading. You ask your questions, I answer the questions, and we keep it pushing. On a consultation, I'm more so listening to what you're saying. I'm not trying to tune into energy to see, what exactly is going on with you. Like I said, I'm listening. You're telling me what it is you're needing. Consultation could be used for anything. It could be used for potential casework. It could be used for readings in a sense of, hey, I would like to get a reading done on blah, 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 because this problem has been bugging me for such a long time. Whatever, however. Or maybe you can use that time to just, talk about whatever else you want to talk about. Um, but that's what that is. That's the difference between a consultation and a reading. Going into this too, if we have done readings together, and I do, well, of course, I've had to have your number sometime in the past. I do not save numbers. I do not, keep a record of numbers. Emails I tend to do, especially when it comes to casework, because of the legalities of it all. But if you have a reading book, and I've said this before, but of course, between the time I would do readings and now, I was more consistent with the energy videos, the reading videos. And now we just kind of do videos on energy still, but we're just kind of like open with the energy. When you first email me about a reading, there's two things that I would need from you guys to do. In the subject line, put reading or whatever spiritual services that you're wanting to do in the subject line. Inside of the body of the email, I would love for you guys to put, your name, or, whatever you want to go by, initials, however you want to go by it, and say that, the reason why you're reaching out to me. And then, of course, include your proper email, because of course sometimes people email from a different email that they want to have business on. So put in the actual email, the email that you would like me to respond to, because I'm gonna respond back to the email that you initially hit me up with. And also include your number. So that way, and like I said, even if we've already done readings, said we've already done consultations, that way, once the payment is received, I can then go to that email, get your number, and make the phone call. Um, every now and then, I've done readings with people that I've done for quite some time. We've done readings, I think some people like since 2016, and they'll forget it to include their number, and there's usually some type of kickback with that. And I just said, let me get on YouTube and let me make sure I clarify, which I've always said this anyway, but we're going to actually say it again newerly. Even going into a screenshot, once your payment is sent over in the email that you respond to with your payment, I would love a screenshot of the payment sent over, whether you sent it over through Zelle, PayPal, Google, whatever. Once again, this is all legal stuff, once again, and we're going to clarify this, y'all, because y'all know I love giving a reading session or two. If you looked up Two Spirited, what is it? Two Spirited Mystic, the way that it's spelled on the email, as well as another way, because of course, when haters are mad, they'll do anything they can to stop your shit. And if you look this up, y'all, on Pissed Off Consumers and stuff, one of these apps actually got it removed because I told them it was bogus. I actually showed proof of someone actually stating in the email what they were going to be doing to show it was proof that it was fake. But there was just a lot of, weird shit going on. And I was telling people, this girl, you could sue people, okay? I'm putting this out here, okay? Because girl, hello, girls, we be allegedly be doing 300, 600 readings in a day and shit. If you buy product from somebody and they send you, I mean, what was one of the reviews that they got piss or something for me, and you receive piss in the mail, the first thing you would do is call the police. That's the first thing. If you have common sense to call, if you have common sense to get on pissedoffconsumers.com, okay, you have common sense to say, bitch, let me call the police and let them know that there is people sending bodily fluid through the mouth. And that'd be another thing to me that just be gagging the hell out of me too. Girl, y'all know everything except for when it comes down to shit y'all need to be knowing. And that kills me. Okay? That kills me. But I always said I'm gonna continue to say I'm gonna do it every Tuesday. I said this before, and we're gonna make this the thing for real. For us. I told y'all this last year. I need to do it every Tuesday. You can come back. You can give your feedback if you pay for a class, a casework, or anything. You did not get a response back for whatever reason. That's your chance to reach out to me. That's your chance to get up on here and say, "Hey, I did not get a response to you." Blah 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 blah. Or hey, maybe somebody who feels froggish enough because maybe I'm real on my reviews. Can we talk about it? I did 2 reviews on businesses in person, right? And baby, yes, they verified who it was. Name was given. Went there and they said, "Oh, you're the one that it sure was. Is there a problem?" As a consumer, I can leave a review. Is there a problem? Okay, we could check it now. And so, with that being said, like I said, baby, if you're froggish enough to post it on Piss Off Consumers, you're froggish enough to get up on here and say that you left a review and show proof. As I always say, I keep my reviews, I keep my emails, I keep my payments received. And that's another reason why I tell y'all to send me a screenshot of your payments, because people will try to lie and be like, I sent my payment over and I never got a response back. And it's like, well, where did you send the payment to and where did you send the payment from? You didn't get the payment. And I'm not going to name no names. But you didn't get the payment. No, I didn't get no payment from you. Oh, my bad. 48 hours later. Oh, my God, I'm so sorry. Which, by the way, I still got these emails as well, baby. Like I said, I keep all my shit. So, just to clarify, like I said, we will be allowing people who want to live a fake ass motherfucking review about some shit that they never purchased. Because, baby, like I said, girl, we have people that have been hitting us up since 2016. Okay? And I would love for them to come out too and say, did y'all ever receive piss in a jar? Y'all ever received anything outside of what you ordered? Even accidentally. Y'all ever ordered pink lipstick and you got blue lipstick? Well, I don't sell lipstick. But you know what I'm saying? You ever ordered Love Oil and you got protection oil? And I'm like, oh, Spirit wanted you to have that. Has that ever happened to y'all? And then also going into the situation of, y'all ever got piss in the bottle? I mean, they were talking about just some weird shit. I'm just like, girl, it's obvious who's doing the reviews. It's obvious who did the reviews. It's obvious. Look where they're at now. I mean, these are older women, 44 plus years old, with no high school diploma, no GED, no college degree. All they had was a Social Security check, welfare check, and motherfucking YouTube. They couldn't go do anything else. And of course, a few of them were on probation and parole at the time, so they couldn't get another job. So they had to come here. And that's why when I would make statements about certain things, they would assume I was talking about them. And, oh, bitch, I'm going to get you together. And then, of course, sending bogus ass letters from attorneys talking about some defamation and slandering. Like, bitch, first of all, anything I say about anybody is public record. Second, and thirdly, bitch, if it's not public record, girl, you've DM'd me. And that's my analysis of you. That's my assessment of you. Bitch, I'm not saying this bitch is a motherfucking prostitute like y'all were alleging about me, honey. Because nobody has any proof I'm a prostitute. Nobody will ever be able to come forward and say, baby, and as I keep saying, girl, we can have a wanted poster up, girl, with a reward. Somebody come forward with proof that me, Fallon Ferrari, or any other names I've been attached to, has ever performed any type of prostitution service on them for motherfucking money. Hello? And see, that's where we're different. We're cut from two different cloths, as I keep saying. I'm not a spiritualist. I decided to do this because I needed some money. We gave a little background, a little rundown of me, myself, and I. We could definitely keep going down the list if you need to. I'm a Gemini. I get bored quick. Okay, I've studied a lot of things. I've been certified in a lot of things. Okay, I know about a lot with a lot with a lot because that's what I spend my free time and my energy on is educate myself on the world. I don't just think about me, 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 me. I want to know how everything works, honey. I'm never going to be a plumber, but I want to know how the fuck the plumbing works. You know what I mean? Like, let's talk about it. As a Gemini, like I said, I get bored easily. So I would never have to just get on YouTube or any platform and lie and cheat and steal and scam from people. And even going into this being realistic, y'all, allegedly I'm a sex working woman, and that's really what I want to kind of play on too. I want to be a sex femdom spiritualist. I'm gonna figure out how I'm gonna incorporate that. I'm having a discussion with some people. I'm gonna figure out how I want to incorporate that. So it gives you prostitute spiritualists. Hello, a paid one at that. That's what I want to start working on. Okay, hello, for the summer. Okay, but anyway, honey, do y'all understand that in the adult world, and of course this is not, I'm not promoting this, I'm not encouraging this, I'm just making this be known. And of course there's receipts here. Do you know that in the adult industry that this is a $1 trillion industry? And do you know that most of the people that make this money actually file taxes? I was one of them. Okay. So this is taxable legal income, mind you. On the flip side to that, do you know that you could make in some days $40, $30? Do you know that in some days it could be a really good day, it could be a really good season, it could be somebody that just got drunk as hell, got a lot of money, and they want to just have some fun, where they can drop 10 racks on you. When it comes to the spiritual stuff, I don't charge 10 racks for my services. When it comes to the spiritual stuff, I'm very much steady. I'm very much consistent. And I think my prices are quite fair. I knew people that were on welfare. I had clients that were on welfare. And of course, this is not a cut in. I'm just being real and keeping it authentic with y'all. I had clients that were on welfare and were receiving supplemented income checks that was giving me $400, $500, $600 for casework, not knowing where they got their money from, the money they were giving me. But they were out here bragging about how they were giving other people, which we're not going to say names because, of course, they dropped their names, $30,000 for some motherfucking casework just to bring back a dick that wasn't working or a dick that really was gay, that didn't even like pussy from the get start. And so for me, I'm like, baby, 30,000 for some casework, girl? Gerba. 30,000. Girl, 15,000 at that, girl. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me, girl? If nothing else says scam, it will be a bitch talking about 30,000 for some casework. If nothing else says scam, it will be a bitch talking about 15K for some casework. Now, if you're talking about a retreat, you're talking about a year worth of services, yes, initiations, and we're gonna get you in this and get you out, baby. Listen, girl. The bigger the spirit, the bigger the cost. Never forget that. The bigger the spirit, the bigger the cost. But anybody who's playing with big spirits, they will understand that this platform and other platforms is not going to bring them what exactly it is that they're trying to play when they're trying to get. So the scammers have looked, they've called around, they would consult with other people, and they would say, hi, I'm interested in being connected with blah, 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 blah. And they'd be like, oh, really? Okay, well, to be initiated, we do charge a fee, and these fees cover blah, 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 blah. And they're like, okay, what is the cost? And they'll say initially $3,000. And then this is going to give you blah, 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 blah. And then after the 3,000, it's going to cost additional 6,000. This 6,000 is going to be blah, 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 blah. And then if you would like to, you can go down to Hades with me, or you can go to any other part. Some of them be elaborate, they make up shit. And you can go over here to Cameroon with me, or even Nigeria. And that's going to cost about 15K. And then before you know it, the person is like, well, how about this? I could send you a payment plan or whatever it is that you need. I could send so much money at so much amount of time. And once it's paid off, we can go. And at that time, girl, it's a done deal. They're gone or something ended up happening to you. So I'm just saying that those are not my prices, honey. Okay. And going into knowing shit, like I said, if YouTube and these online platforms was only exclusively available to certain type of people, like before you come on here, you have to get your brain scanned. There's a lot of stuff that we can talk about just openly and freely, and I would gladly, turn on my camera and go to my, books and say, hey, y'all, look at this book and look what's in here. Look what it says right here. If you're having a stalker that just keeps harassing you, how to stop them from harassing you without touching them physically. Like, I would do that. But because you have people that are, special needs, remedial, and what they call trolls, they only want to come on here to do what I just said, distract people, fuck with people. They're going to try to take that information. What you think they're going to do with it? They're going to act like they're tapped in, and they're going to say, hi, how are you? I'm great. Well, I've been doing this for 27 years. And I have the ability to bring back the man that you want in 72 hours. I have the ability to get any no overturned to yes in a short amount of time. And then when you start asking personal questions about their life, they want to fight with you. Like, girl, if you're so in tune and so knowledgeable about this stuff, then why do you have a criminal record? Because that's a lot of these hoes are trying to say, even during that time, respectfully, that um, somebody went to jail for thieving and that escorting is the same as being a thief. And it's like, no, it's not. Do you know that they will post the ad up and people will willingly call them and show up and pay? They decide to pay what they want to pay. And do you know that when the girl will try to get over on this client and see, of course, out there in New York and Florida and all these other places, y'all are very smart, because if a girl try to get y'all together, y'all call the police and press charges, and you don't give a fuck about it coming out that you're with a transgender. I mean, some of you will lie and say that you didn't know it was a man, whatever the case may be, but you still got your money back and the bitch get locked up, because I hate a thieving asshole anyway. I don't give a damn if you trans, black, white, straight, gay. I don't give a fuck. I hate two types of people: thieves, and I hate motherfucking liars. Okay? Those are two people I motherfucking can't stand. And I don't take that back. I don't like liars, and I don't like fucking thieves. Especially when it comes down to being a woman, girl. Like a man, I can kind of see men lying and shit, because a lot of men ain't, they not shit. They don't look like shit. So they have to lie to get the baddest bitch that they can. But for a woman, it's like, girl, you got so much power between your legs and between your ears. And once you know how to use it, you don't have to get into lying, stealing, and cheating. So if you're a woman, a cisgender woman, and you're trying to compare and contrast with a transgender woman like me, and I'm going to speak about me in particularly, you're already at the bottom of the barrel, baby. You've already been kicked out of the same arena that I'm in. And it's not because you're a cisgender and I'm not a cisgender. It's the fact that, girl, you were a woman that didn't know her power. And then you played in it, got fucked up in it, and now you want to come read me because I'm somebody who give off the image of a woman, and I know my power. And that's what be gagging a lot of these people, really, truly, and honestly, is that this person right here knows their power. I'm not any of these other TSs that escorted or prostituted, because prostitution will get you arrested. Escorting doesn't. Prostitution, I'm not one of these other girls that prostituted and got put behind jail, bars and shit, and I'm telling y'all a prison story. That's not my story, honey. And I did it for 10 years. That's not my story. I didn't accept in and everybody because you called me with a couple of $100, babe. I vet it. There's certain type of energy I dealt with, and you wasn't that energy, girl. I wasn't seeing you. And it got really bad. People are even trying to like catfish and shit. And I want to share my stories with that down the line too. But it got a little nasty. And so with that being said, like I said, we're gonna have an opportunity to address these things, baby, because of course it's always getting blown out of contrast. And even I told y'all as well about that piss in a bottle shit, which I don't give a fuck, because people who's been real supporters, they still support. Fake ass people or frigid ass people, they don't support, and I don't care about that no more. Girl, back in the day I cared about that. I don't care no more, honey. I'm here. Nobody's making me be here. And if I want to not be here, I cannot be here. I'm here because I want to be here, and there's people that actually support me and they want me to be here. And so, with that being said, people have even watched and stopped from the outside, honey. You know, from the outside, even when those buckwheat ass spiritualists are trying to come for me, they jumped over there and was like, "Yeah, we've been knowing her since 2008. She used to be on here. She used to troll this girl named Diamond Styles and blah blah." And it's like, girl, y'all don't even know the story first and foremost, and second of all, so when did y'all become basic to being spiritual? No, girl, y'all be stalking and y'all be watching me because I don't fuck with none of you hoes. You don't catch me at no gay event. You don't check me out. You don't catch me at no ballroom. You don't check me. You don't catch me on no group with you motherfucking people. And so you be gagging like, girl, so how's this girl living her life? Because the girls I know, they gotta be in a circle. Or no, y'all not gonna ever get tea on me. I don't do drugs, I don't party, I don't fuck just and everybody, so you're never gonna get that tea. So what they do is they watch, they come on my YouTube, they watch other platforms I was on to see what they doing. I know that bitch. Let me get over inside this DM and I don't know, hey, I know that bitch, blah, blah, blah. And that's what happened. I get on another motherfucking platform and some basic ass scamming ass YouTube ex celebrity girl. She have not been famous since 2009, but mama thinks she's still the biggest shit. She was over on this platform showing people a review that High Priestess Kathy, oink oink oink, posted about me selling piss in a motherfucking bottle, that I was a scammer. And how we knew that it was the one, that she was the one that did it, because allegedly somebody put a review about her selling pig feet in a jar, and she thought I did that. Y'all, I've always been too booked to busy to be on here and be warned about any damn hoe. When people said I was a narcissistic or had narcissistic ways about me, that is a narcissistic thing about me. I don't care enough to go check about girls I don't care about to see what they're doing and tend to go try to fuck up their business. Because I believe that God is always in control. The universe is always in control. And when you let go and let God, you think you're getting ahead, but you're really not. You think you're getting ahead by, let me slam this bitch down. Let me dim this bitch's light so my light can shine brighter. And in reality, it only lasts for so long, babe. And then why you have people like me that are honest, that are true, and yet we may not get that much traction, but guess what? We have real authentic support. As I said, I will continue to say, I don't even have to work. Respectfully, and I'm very grateful for that. If I wanted to sit back and I wanted to do what I wanted to do, maybe I could do 2 or 3 readings a month and call it a day, if I chose to. Or if it was about money, can we talk about it? If it was about money, that's what I can do. But it's not about money, okay? Money is a perk, but it's not about money. And so, like I said, Miss Thing did that shit. And so these hoes were on this other platform. They get read down. They couldn't say nothing else about a bitch because, girl, the proof was in the pudding. They were like, oh, so you got to see this. Mom over here talking about she the baddest bitch. But look, there was a review about her scamming people and pissing in a glass bottle. And it was like, but how would you guys find that? Because I don't even go by that name on this platform. And, like, that's not, I don't even look like that. Like the picture that was posted, that was an edited picture. So that's no connection to this platform or me on this platform. But you know why it matters? Because y'all all want to watch Mother. That's why Mother, I just didn't self-proclaim this name. Y'all gave me that name. Y'all checking on me. I don't care what platforms y'all work on. I don't care what, oh, let's get around all the LGBT. Because you know it's a small, what they say, small world. And that's why I continue to say, bitch, I don't F with them, honey. What do you mean by them? Bitch, take the picture. Write it down. Honey, listen, I don't fuck with you just because we're in the same category. I don't fuck with you just because you black too. I don't fuck with you just because you big titty too. I don't fuck with you just because you LGBTQ neither. Because a lot of y'all be fucked up and you want people to fucking ignore that or put that to the side because we're in the same community. Oh, that's not right. But we got to stick together. Bullshit. Honey, kinfolk and skinfolk is not the same thing. Kin deals with familiar, honey. We're not familiar energy. We might have the same lifestyle. But just like you being a teacher, if you met a teacher and you found out that this teacher got in trouble for having PDF files, would you still be like, oh, but he's another teacher. It's okay. I'm going to cover for him. If you do, you're a fool. That's not me. I'm not doing that. It's the same thing. Bitch, we might have the same lifestyle, but we're not one and the same, babe. We're cut from two different cloths, girl. I have morals. I take accountability and responsibility for my decisions, and I don't blame the world for me not having or having. A lot of other people, they do that. They blame the world when things doesn't go their way. And when things do go that way, then it's I did it, I did it, I did it, I did it, I did it. No, you didn't. Because if the world took it away from you, the world also gave it to you, babe. That's how that works. The law of resistance say that. The universal law of resistance says just exactly what I just said right now. So remember that. So like I said, there's going to be the opportunity, baby. And I keep saying coming soon. Oh, it's coming soon. That's coming. That bald-headed bitch getting red. The holistic hoe is getting red. And there's another girl. Bruni. What's her name, girl? What's the bad built sloppy girl? What did they say? The older you get, you start to look like what's in you. Girl, I'm just looking at these people and I'm just like, damn, honey. Some of these people are still cute. But these other people, I'm just like, damn, girl, what happened, sis? You still built sloppy. Your skin still look fucked up. You look greasy, oily, and musty when you did that interview. And I was just like, girl, what is going on with the world? It kind of reminded me of Young Pharaoh, just a little bit. I said, are they all connected? Is Young Pharaoh and these other people, I mean, I don't think so, but you just never know. Are they connected? Because, girl, these people be looking crazy as fuck, honey. They be looking crazy as fuck, girl. Like, girl, looking like zombies shit. Like, hello, I'm here to talk about, and there's a spirit with me. But when you ran over there to Colombia, that spirit didn't stop you. See, everybody be big and tough until the devil start knocking. When the devil start knocking, girl, then everybody scared. Everybody be, I'm a big bad witch. I take it to the graveyard. I play in the rain. I do this and that. I take the tongue of the cow and I put this in it. That devil start knocking on their door. Bitch, oh my God, I don't know. I gotta go. I don't know what happened. Girl, now they're speaking in tongue and shit. Like, what's going on, girl? Well, I had to leave because there was some other stuff going on. But I got a little afraid because Donald Trump became president. But aren't you a witch? I wouldn't give a fuck if Hitler became the president. Aren't you a witch, girl? Huh? Aren't you a witch, girl? Don't you do magic? Don't y'all do voodoo and shit? And I was born into this. I was born with a veil. And God blessed me. So the Holy Spirit ain't talking to you? That's the real question I be wanting to know with these people. You're so tapped in. I do readings. But the Spirit told you that you were going to run to Colombia and get safety from the American government? Girl, they're going to... Girl, listen. Only person that believes that is a nutcase. And that shirt right there, girl. Anybody that's leaving the country to run from the government is just crazy. There's nothing else to it. They're crazy. Girl, they're not spiritually in tune. They're not spiritually capable. They're spiritually incapable. Because, girl, you be at your house, girl, in the comfort of your own home, wait for them to come and kick down that door. See, that's why we think to a lot of people, they be taking these stories of Mary Shakur and Amaru. What's her name? Amaru Shakur. They be reading their stories. Oh, I gotta do like they did. I gotta run. Girl, this is 2026, bitch. They got you. And you ever collected a YouTube check or a TikTok check, bitch, they definitely got you, sis. And don't think because you're in another country collecting a check that you're not capable of getting caught. They can come and get you, girl. Don't get fooled, girl. Like I told one of my other people, girl. You think you running, but you're not, honey. Everything is always in full control. The universe is always in control, babe. You think, oh God, I'm gonna run. Okay. Baby, when they're ready for you, girl, they coming. Now, of course, you can do things to stop it or to slow it down, but when they're ready, they're coming. So don't take advice from that woman or man, or whatever they want to call themselves, talk about something. I ran to Mexico. I ran to Colombia. I ran to Guatemala. I ran to Nicaragua. I'm over here near the equator because you guys are in America and they're trying to get rid of all of you. Girl, do you not understand about the United Nations? Do you not understand that they wouldn't just do it to Americans, that they know that Americans are also over there right now because you have to get into the country with a passport, idiot? Do you know that when you got into a country, you had to have a passport and they keep a track record of everybody that entered that country and did not leave? So if you think for 1 minute that, oh, I'm here and they're not going to know who and what I am. Okay, girl. Okay, 2026 fugitives. Work, girl. Anyway, let me get off of that because I want to point in this video. I just want to let y'all know, girl, that I'm the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20 to the hundreds power, bitch. And when it comes to clarifying my motherfucking name, we're going to talk about it. Anybody ever had a problem with me? Legitimately, they've emailed me and we worked it out. And I can count on one hand how that's been. And most of the reason that has been is because I've talked about things that they felt like I was talking about them. And I'm like, I didn't. And they're like, I don't want to do my business with you. The second thing would be people hitting me up asking dumbass questions. Like, do you work with LAP, blah, 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 blah? Do you do MLW, blah, blah? And I'm just like, MLW, okay, baby. But what the fuck is this shit? Girl, what are you seeking, girl? What are you seeking? Are you seeking spiritual work? Are you like, what's going on here? Oh, never mind, because you get upset at me. I'm not. You're just playing these little head games with these other kids that's gonna play these other games so you just get a fucking paycheck. I don't give a fuck about that. Girl, what are you seeking respectfully? You want your work done, you're getting a reading done, and then once we're talking, you can say, hey, are you what techniques are you familiar with? And we get into that. But they're getting into these LMNs and all that stuff. I'm like, girl, no tea, no shade to anybody out there. That's usually when the oppressors try to steal your spiritual information and they want to make it seem like it's a different type of information by redistributing the fucking information. They'll start saying it. Oh, she's a part of LWKM. She does WPOW. She does DAPS. Like, girl, what the fuck? This shit sound like drugs and shit. I don't do no drugs. Oh, so you never heard of the limbotic, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I've heard of something else, but it's that. And then, of course, I got to do my research. And it's like, but that doesn't mean that you're more experienced. That means that you're more Americanized. See, I was going to say another way, but we're not going to get into that. You're more Americanized. You're more Western information, which is okay. But like I said, come correct or don't come at all, babe. And girl, it just, ooh. Girl, just ruffled me, honey. So that was that. And there's only one person that did that. No, 2 people that did that. And was like, bitch, I ain't doing no work with you. And I was like, girl, I don't give a fuck about that, girl. God bless you. And then the last release was that somebody was stealing money. We're going to talk about it tonight. Somebody, yes, girl, listen. Girl, we did some readings today, girl. We still doing some more readings tonight, honey. Hello. So we're in that energy right now. Some bitch gonna motherfucking steal her motherfucking this old man's information. And this lady gonna make purchases with this motherfucker shit. Talking about she's a sugar baby. And I'm thinking to myself like, why is it that it's always the scammers? It was not the scammers. It was not the scammers like scamming the clients out of the money. It's the customers that are the fucking scammers. Like, girl, like that's a gag to me. So she literally was taking this old man and friend's shoes. She was making purchases. I guess this old man found out, and what ended up happening was he started disputing the charges. It's like, bitch, I don't know who the fuck this is or what the fuck this is. And so I'm going through my account and PayPal saying, like basically a chargeback. And I'm like, the fuck? What the? Because, I was on my budget, girl. I need to get back on. I was on my budget, girl. I was really nickeling and diming. Girl, I was only spending 10% of my income for freely. Of course, bill stuff is separate, but when it came to like having fun and shit, it was only 10%. But girl, she ended up disputing this shit. And this happened on 2 different occasions. One person, it was basically their car got stolen. It was a similar situation. They were a sugar baby. I think they were like in the South somewhere. They were a sugar baby. They got the information. They did their thing. I think I got like 1 or 2 chargebacks. They resent the money, no questions asked. They did. They were like, oh, you know what? My car was stolen, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, I believe this. And I think I sent a picture. I think she sent me a picture of this guy and her together. But this other one girl, I think she was in Nevada or Arizona. One of them, it was some desert climate girl. Mama sitting here getting all this stuff done. I want this. I'm like, oh, girl, she buying it up. I'm like, something sounds a little fishy with this, though. Because she doesn't give me, like, looking at the girl in the picture and the energy, she's not giving me this fabulous, sugar baby. She's giving me broke, dusty, and crusty, respectfully, girl. And we're going to talk about her because this bitch almost got my PayPal fucked up. So this bitch motherfucking was stealing this guy information. He found out. He opened up a dispute. They opened up an investigation. It wasn't just a chargeback. They opened the investigation first, and then they did the chargeback. I responded to the investigation. I said, well, the weirdest thing about it is this person, and I sent over the picture because I asked for pictures of, when you send over, she asked for your picture. When you're getting casework and energy work done, I ask for your picture with 3 fingers and all that. I know a lot of you have not done it in a while, but that's how I asked for 3 fingers with, a recent picture. And Mama ended up, when I sent that over, they gave me back the money. I tried to reach out to the girl because I was like, listen, something happened, but they did a recharge or a chargeback and they tried to negative my account all this money. And she was like, I'm sorry, I'll go into the bank to figure this out. And I was like, but the bank account ain't in your name though, babe. All the payments that you sent was in a male's name. That doesn't make sense. So of course, girl, I got a phone call from PayPal and they were saying that this person is being investigated. And I said flat out, I offer spiritual services online. If you look up the email, you will see the YouTube channel and you will see exactly what's going on. And I think this girl was connected with these hoes over here. These buckwheat ass dried up, literally dried up brain cells and dried up blah, blah, blah. Girl, let's not get into that. See, spirits like, don't say that. Dried up brain cells and dried up between the leg type of woman. Hello? That can't get a man, keep a man, or even play with a man. A man, don't, girl, he come over, he want to get high and he want to go. He don't want to come over, he don't want to spend the night, he don't want to put a ring on, he don't want to do nothing, but he want to get high because your thirsty, desperate ass going to give him that weed and maybe a hot bed to sleep in. Cause he crusty just like your motherfucking ass. Only niggas that like crusty women are crusty niggas. Hello! Respectfully. Girl, bye. Anyway, and so that's what happened, girl. And I said, girl, like, so I got all this proof, y'all. All this is stored in its own little file, too. So when it comes to piss being in the bottle, I've never got an email about piss in the bottle. Like I said, I can go through all my emails about any complaints I've got. I got a folder that says email complaints. Some people even emailed about like their packages being delayed. And I told them, looking, I gave you the tracking number. You can look at the tracking number. You can see that it was sent to you, blah, 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 blah. And bingo. But I keep all that because, you never know. So, like I said, that's where I'm at with that, honey. Mystic Persia, Madam Merkaba, the Holy Spirit interpreter is honest, straight line, will tell you what she mean to me when she say she's not about to scam and cheat you out no motherfucking money. Because at the end of the day, girl, I can go out and get money. I can shake my titties and get some motherfucking money respectfully. And then they're going to say, well, then why are you charging for your services? This is time and this is energy. And something that I also know for sure, doing this for how long has I been doing this for, and even with family and friends, is that when it's paid, people take it serious. I have advised friends for free, and they didn't listen to a fuck thing that I said. Now, some of y'all who paid, you didn't listen either, but that's your problem. And of course, we got information that I told you. So when you emailed and said, well, I don't know what happened because the man just blocked me. Well, bitch, you didn't do what the fuck I told you. And I told you that in the email any damn way. And I'm saying bitch and shit because I'm passionate about what I'm saying. I didn't tell them bitch and all that, but I'm passionate like, girl, I told you when he called you to try to get some, you tell him that it's unavailable, but your thirsty ass let him come back over and get some. And now, well, what's going on? You're too easy. You're too easy, babe. Men like to fight for shit. Men like to fight. They like to climb. They like to work for shit. Men don't like easy, low-hanging shit. And if they say they do it just to play games with you because they know the low-hanging fruit is stupid. They know the low-hanging fruit is ditzy. They know the low-hanging fruit is a quick situation. When the high-hanging fruit girl, while they're working with you, the low-hanging fruit, they're working to get the top-hanging fruit. That's what they're doing on the side. And see, a lot of these low-hanging ass fruits, that's what they be nervous about. When there's a man that they're dealing with and this man don't want to be around or this man go missing, they start thinking about maybe all the girls they know that are high-hanging fruit and be like, well, maybe he's talking to her. Let me try to get over there. Oh no, no, baby. I don't deal with men that like low hanging fruit. I let that be loud and clear. I don't deal with men who like certain type of women. And there's no disrespect to that. I ask for exes. I ask for baby mama pictures. I ask for all that, girl. Because like I said, girl, if you think you're about to sit here and play with this goddess, like you played with that ditzy bitch that just wanted some dick, girl, you got another motherfucking thing coming. And when I say girl, like I said, I'm telling y'all that, not him that. Hello. I don't call my man girls. I like men, girl. I like men, girl. You know what I mean? I like men. I like men that has the peace. You know what I mean? Live like a man. You know what I mean? Respectfully. Nothing out there to the non-binaries and shit. I just like the real deal. Okay. I like the real deal. I like it to, all that. You know. I like the extra appendage that works and shit. Okay. Hello! Let me come and sit down in my room, girl. I was in my little office. But that's that, huh? One meal, one meal. What does one meal mean? Come on, Ashwanaja. Hell yeah, like and subscribe. Come on, Joseph Morgan. I know that's right, honey. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, honey. So listen, I'm gonna go, you guys, and I will be back. Okay, I will definitely be back. And like I said, when you're sending me over an email for readings or any services, please put in a subject line the services that you're wanting to get done. Please include in the bio, what you're wanting to, get done. If you want to give a background, you can. I know emails is hard to, get into stuff. Some people have sent like 5 paragraphs and stuff. Can't read all that, honey. I prefer to talk to you to have that discussion. But yeah, send me that in the email. Also include your number, and we'll go from there. If you did send over the payment before the email was sent over, definitely send a screenshot in the first email. If you wait until we actually email back and forth, we have some type of correspondence, then of course you would still send me a screenshot of the payment sent over. So like I said, it could be verified that you actually sent the payment. So if there's any problems with the payment, there's proof that you actually sent the payment over and it wasn't no other shit going on. Because like I said, a lot of people like to get away with a lot of teas, honey. It's always people of a particular situation, which what I mean by that is a scammer. Okay, hello? There's always some type of scamming ass bee that'll be like, let me pay for the services and get it for free. Yeah, girl, we got you, girl. Mm-hmm. And be cute, girl. I think I'm gonna start making new people that I've never got money from you, send it through Western Union or MoneyGram. That's what I think I'm gonna start doing. Because they say that Zelle, I could do Zelle too. I could do a little bit of Zelle too, honey. You know what I mean? I could do a little bit of Zelle. You know what I mean? I could do a little bit of Zelle, you know. You know what I mean? Anyway, bye for now, y'all. Love and light, twospiritmystic.blogspot.com. And that's 28spirit8mystic8@gmail.com. I went off on a little tangent, but trust when I tell you, baby, I mean everything I said, okay? Bye for now.